Hi everyone. Good evening. It's Thursday night. Um, wanted to come on, have a conversation with you concerning our country. There's a lot going on. It seems like there's no rescue. Um, this is what we've dragged for almost 40 years, and it's all coming back to all of us. Let me start this conversation with this. There's a lot of going on in Liberia. There's a lot of going on in the United States. And at this point, looking at the history of Liberia, it's just history repeating itself. And here's why. Let's start from where 133 years we get what we thought was a relief. Most of us were still young people and thought this would be a new era. There would be inclusion. There would be meritocracy. The wealth of the nation will be invested in. That will be the children. Everyone will be given opportunity. The leadership will tap into the strength of the nation, which is the young people and the minds, and it will create an environment that they understood that the purest of the wealth in the nation is its people, especially the young people, because they are the future leader. And that didn't happen. It didn't happen. We became too greedy. We became more divisive. Everything that we call those who came before us and said was bad, we became that and more. We forgot to teach the young people morality. We thought we could whip them into morality when we ourselves were immoral. That's the same that goes. The children do not learn from what you tell them. Yeah, majority of the time they might pick something in and out, but the example that you set, it is the responsibility of the people, the adults, the elders, to teach wisdom, to teach independence, to allow the children to seek knowledge and be curious about things, ask questions. Why? We have a grandbaby here, the baby one, the 3 years old. The moment she asks you a question and you answer, she start asking you why. That why goes on and on and on and on. If that was Liberia, we would be, that's what we learn, yelling at the child. You ask too much question, you're too frisky. Where they lay baby, too frisky. But especially with my husband, he will continue to answer her. There's sometimes we have to do experiment to say why. I want you all to listen to this before we go. Let's listen to our music a little bit. Just quick prelude, okay? Again, my name is Yacindy Martin Kapia. I'm a justice advocate, a mother, an educator, a war survivor. Welcome again to Second to Thursday edition. Let's play Takunji. And I got something to say to the Liberian people.
color with us more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the world. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in D and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that the question that we ask.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're here, again, welcome to Second Thought. I will ask you to please share the video. Thank you. Let's continue this conversation. Why am I leaving my site? Let's continue this conversation. That was Takonje. That music is true today. That was during Ellen time, the UP government. And tonight, I do not have a lot of energy. I like to kind of keep my calm today because there's a lot going on in Liberia. Okay. So let's do this really quickly, everyone. I want you to see this. Listen, Liberians. I want you, if you're here, please share the video. I will appreciate it. All right. I want all of you to listen up.
Agreed to accept up to one coming to West Africa. Liberia, it has agreed to accept up to 1,200 deportees from the United States. None of those people are actually from Liberia. They are from other African countries, from the Americas, from the Caribbean, and they are being deported to Liberia, where it is believed that they have said that these people will have the opportunity to apply for asylum within Liberia or indeed move on to other countries. Liberia have also made clear that this is not a quid pro quo situation with the United States. Donald Trump, as we
So let me explain to all of you. Quid pro quo me this for that. I gave you something, you gave me something. And for the Liberian government to say it's not a quid pro quo, that is a lie. It is a lie. If you are receiving $124 million, which is temporary, because you refuse to think, to put your thinking cap on, to roll up your sleeves, impact your people, inspire them to rise up. It is. So it is not a quid pro quo. What is it? Compliance and surrender? Is that what we should call it? Joseph Boakai? And that's how I'm calling you. So Nathan Bonar can come and insult himself, his wife, his daughters, his mother, his father, his nieces, and think he's insulting me. Yesterday, I made a post and I asked the question, what is Boakai and Coon foreign policy? That is not our lineage. That's a common question that halfway intelligent people will ask. We should not even have to ask this question. It should be open. Trump took over, his foreign policy is like America first. America first. Traoré took over. He said the homeland belonged to the homeland. Whoever challenged the homeland, this is our battle. So my question I'm asking, I see every day we're on a plane going back and forth. I never see that build a nation for somebody who studied government and study all over the world. I don't know that. But here where I come to talk about. Let's finish listening to this really quickly. I'm going to repeat it.
It has agreed to accept up to 1,200 deportees from the United States. None of those people are actually from Liberia. They are from other African countries, from the Americas, from the Caribbean, and they are being deported to Liberia, where it is believed that they have said that these people will have the opportunity to apply for asylum within Liberia or indeed move on to other countries. Liberia have also made clear that this is not a quid pro quo situation with the United States. Donald Trump, as we know, has been dumping many third-party deportees on the African continent, and Liberia is now the latest list of countries on the African continent to accept with welcome arms these deportees coming into their country. We have heard from their Minister of Information, who shed a bit more light on this subject. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Liberia intends to accept up to 1,200 persons to be transferred from the United States of America within a year. The persons to be transferred to Liberia are third country nationals, some of whom may wish to seek asylum in Liberia. Honor the agreement or arrangement. Those to be transferred from the United States of America to Liberia will include citizens or nationals of African and Western Hemisphere countries who are medically authorized to travel.
So interesting times ahead, where we're looking at Trump's relationship with the African continent, especially where third-party deportations are concerned. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, I mean, Femi, I don't know, but what's the deal in need for Liberia? How much are they getting? Because
they said it's humanitarian.
No.
That's coming to West Africa. Liberia, it has agreed to accept up to 1,200.
This is humanitarian. This is a lie. And this is the problem with this government. Lie. That is a lie. It's not humanitarian. We're taking money and selling our country and jeopardizing the nation. Liberia government was just in the US pleading there are over 4,000 Liberians here with no papers. You take 1,200. You got 4,000, okay, for 124 million. Okay, not only you are. This is Veronica, Sister, okay. Now, those of you who are on, you see, we don't project on Facebook, on social media based on your tribe, your association, or your proximity for that matter. And you are carrying on, you're saying, the puppet is doing well. The Tahiti survey, what was the consensus for the Liberian people? See, we elect these people and they play God. And we stand with them to play God. This dude and his people, this is the word that I use, that made that man where his nose look like, I'm not going to body shame him, I'm going to leave it right there. Okay. Come in my inbox to can't use the F word and the S word. That's some I say right here. They came to rescue the Liberian people. They have not created now one job. Okay. Our sisters and daughters are tying the doors in childbirth. Husbands, boyfriend, pregnant women cannot afford to go to the hospital. But you are bringing in 1,200 people. Now, you who are living in the United States, that you are saying there's a struggle going on. And when your country say they were not ready to take you in, they're not ready to take you in. But they're ready to take in people. I want to play this other video really quickly with Abrego Garcia that the people stood up for, and we told you it was wrong. I have my representative come on this platform, no, on Sekou platform, to tell us that this government time will come and go. And when it does, okay, when it does, whoever helped to violate other people's civil rights, those person or people will also have to pay, or that country will also have to pay, because that is an abuse. Majority of the nation around the world, especially Liberia, is signatory to a lot of treaties. So apparently, you guys have been rescued, and now we're rescuing other people. Okay, let me play this one. I'm not here long, guys. I gotta go. I got a lot of schoolwork to do, and I have a headache. I want you all to listen. My internet fluctuates for some reason. I don't know.
Garcia. Now it wants to deport him to Liberia. Well, the federal government has a new country in mind for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Now it wants to deport him to Liberia. The West African nation has agreed to accept Garcia with deportation planned as early as October 31st. Well, the federal government has a new country in mind for Kilmar Abrego.
Okay, do you all remember that gentleman that they were going to deport to Liberia? Okay, that American government said were dangerous, and Liberian people will all have to put our mouth. Let me tell you something. And the judge ended up, because they were trying to kick him out of the country as fast as they could, because when they got over there, they would say, this government would say they can't get him back because he's already out of the country. And the judge put a stay, although right now most of them, they're not listening to the judge's decision, and most of them will pay for it. This is America. There is nothing that is happening in America today that had not happened before. You know, one of my greatest quote of America of all times is, the greatest of America lies not in her enlightenment, but her ability to repair herself. She will repair herself. That's something that we Liberians have never been able to do. We have never been able to repair ourselves. We have never been able to fix the things that we broke. We continue breaking it. Okay. I'm gonna go here and say a few things to you. And I will always tell you, I'm a judicial person. I believe in justice. I believe if somebody do wrong, if somebody did something, I believe, find all the evidence and put it together and follow protocols and be professional about it. Yesterday, I watched the Liberian government disgrace of self. Most of you know Joelle Howard Taylor is not my girl. She's not my girl any day, any place, anywhere. She's not. From her husband's day to her Senate days, to her VP days, to the case of More Than Me, she's not my girl. But she's a Liberian. But she was once the First Lady of Liberia. 2, a senator. 3, the second highest office in the country. Where your day yesterday, unless there was some sort of coup that was taking place, we don't get to do that. Is she above the law? No. But she has immunity. A lot of people may not agree with me. You see, every time you make decision as a leader, you set precedent. Okay? Every time you make decision as a leader, you set that outside of the realm of things, you're setting precedents. People don't know that. Now, Papa Boaka may be old. He may live to be 500 years old. But the precedents that you set yesterday, and you will not say he's old, other presidents that will come after, because that also violate the Constitution. If what I heard on the air is where her crimes are, and the business was not explicit, you cannot, as a police, you cannot read people's mind and say what you think they're implying. You can't. I'm sorry. You just can't. Folks, one thing you would get from me, I will speak my truth. I'm not going chasing waterfall or over calling people, paying people to give me information to give to the Liberian people. One thing I've come to realize is most Liberian people, especially not just in Liberia, don't really care. We are immune. Majority of us only talking because at this point, we are outside of the gate and lock out. I sat here for 6 years. I traveled from place to place. Anyone that could hear me, to the US Congress, to the capital of Georgia, to New York. As I was doing there, I was visiting people who also were participating. If they were in trouble, I got on a plane with my own money and show up. But I came to realize the very people that I journey with, some of them are in the government. They don't see anything wrong. Some of them even knock their chest and violate the very thing that they spoke against. I got a lot of calls yesterday to get my view on Madam Taylor. But I heard some things that I pray that it's not true. I heard she was violated, allegedly. She was touched. She was stripped such. And the reason somebody like me continue to ask for justice and accountability is because majority of your people in the police, in the government, Those were the very people that were telling our people to go pee and DB died them. It were the same people that majority of them were looting. If it were not, it was their parents. If it were not, they themselves were young and they were drunk up, and that's what they saw. And blood do not move them, and trauma does not move them, because all of us are already traumatized. And I heard Joelle was injected with the wrong medication. I pray that she was not. And one thing, you see, all the charges that were against Donald Trump in this place, they released him to his lawyers. Because there's a precedent that when you set, especially from the top bottom, that you can't go back. And some of our problem in Liberia is we do not understand the quadrant of knowledge. Most Liberians don't know that they don't know certain things. They don't know that they don't know. And those are the most dangerous people. We talk about everything. We're specialty in everything. We're professional in everything. But our country have invented nothing at this point. The screaming, the trauma, for me, is getting too much. The level of stress in America right now, especially with the lynching of Black girls and boys, the Black person, it's a lot. You're scared to move, to drive, to go anywhere. Then the one country that we have, yes, here is the country that we're supposed to be finding way to. You know, an American president, I think I got on my page, once said, African leaders are like children. They don't talk to you straight face. They don't have their own minds. A man who call your nation is SHO country. The man who treating people who look like you, the way he treating them. He's taking other people's family. You have become accomplice to the violation that is taking place in this country. Joseph Boakai, Sarah Yanti Beslow, Jeremiah Kuhn, and the legislature of Liberia. It tells you we're not a country. That's what it is. It says to me. Who's thinking for us? How do you come to America and pay $5 million? Try to lobby for your people to stay here, but turn around and accept other people from other people's country. You know what that says? Your country is okay. You got enough job for everybody. Your people were evicted from Ghana. You gave them cardboard to sleep on the crate. Some of them end up with pneumonia. You say they had diseases. They ship people to your country. What we're learning, most of them have been violated. And you can't stand on platform to tell me, an informed woman, a well-traveled woman, a well-versed woman, an educated woman, that you did all of the assessment? What assessment? Your own people came from Ghana. You could not assess them. You assumed they all had diseases. Sister Boaka. Oh, man, Papi. I really was hoping that you would make all of us shame. I really was hoping. I really was hoping that you would give us a reason to believe the impossible. Now, I see Liberians, everybody jumping because we want somebody to be accountable, but we don't want it to be our person to be accountable. So, now I see why the young lady who spoke, I think a year ago, at the Independence Day speech, Dr. Rachel. Now I see where her anger was coming from. She was dealing with these people. Welcome, Mr. President. Now I see why she was talking. It all makes sense now. Okay. Like I say, when we sat here, Princess here, Sis Veronica Lewis is here, Tunian is here. We sat here, we advised Weah and his people. Liberian people gave overwhelming mandate to Weah. Weah won 14 counties out of 15. The people came out, George Weah. I sat here, I said, Weah, do what is right by the Liberian people so all of us can apologize to you. Jefferson Koji, them were running around, foaming and threatening. Mano man say izoavo iklefei. You'll have an enlightenment or aha moment after the facts. This is what is going on. I watched Madam Joy Howard Taylor intimidating people. I'm not here to rain on her parade today. Went to Bonkante, other people to beat people. I still got the video here. The people in join CDC, they will not get job. Here we go, the table has turned. Do I believe you're selling drugs? Until they bring in everything, all reasonable doubt. At this point, what are they talking about? I don't believe so. You have this woman have escort for 6 years. After her tenure, another 2 years. Where are the securities? Then it all makes sense when Gregory Coleman says that big people and everybody in this drug business. It makes sense. So all the security details. And then the question that begs an answer is, then why are we paying millions of dollars to NSA? That's supposed to be like our highest intelligence unit. Why are we putting all of that money and keep increasing? When Jeremiah Kun said, we are here just by the grace of God. We don't have people in the borders. We don't have security in the counties. I was in Nimba during the elections. No police car. District 7 with thousands of people. Musa gave them, I think, one picture truck. That's all that were there. You can drive from all the way Monrovia to Gray. You're not see one police patrol on the road. Something happened to you on your own. So what do we rescue? All this while, UP were fine with Joel Howard Taylor. All this while. All this while. Then we have spoken and said he will run. Just 2 weeks ago, Joel Howard Taylor was coming for Yeke. And at the first time I see my son Yeke, they come for somebody coming for him. And me, he got a place for her. He spoke with her. Dignified. Then they started that. Prince Mario came up and spoke. We are saying he's going to be running. Joel Howard started outlining what she said they did for Bon County people and tried to challenge it. Nah, she's selling drugs. When Yeke was causing all this while, he was not bad. Until Yeke talked about the border. Then Yeke must be removed. Funani Kofa was found taken to room until he asked to order the government from early time. Then they remove him. Don't see that? Not only did they remove him, after they protested and Gregory Coleman and his men took over the Capitol building, the Capitol building set itself on fire. When Funani Kofa were home, the other people were to the homes. They were in charge. Y'all see the trend? What is happening here? Y'all remember Alexander Cummings? When UP, everybody was highly, even during the long election, there were nowhere where Alexander Cummings' face everywhere. UP said they didn't have money. We were paying money. Alexander Cummings paid the rest of the money to fund the CPP. Yeah, UP made to give some money. Most of them said they didn't have money. Hire a lawyer, crafted the document that made a CPP an organization. When they saw that they could not find a way, what did they do? They lied on the man. Then they lie and say, Bouaka asked Alexander Cummings to be his vice president. He said no, which was a lie. I know personally. Bouaka said he will not be the reason for Congo people to come back to power. But hear what I'm going to say to y'all. There's not enough country people in Liberia to build a country. Or we will be like the Indians in America. Or the natives in Australia. That's what we're going to be like. Extinct. That's what it is. So you'll follow the trend. And there's something also I will speak to. And I can speak to this and be very flexible about it because I'm a business major besides being an educator. And I'll continue to tell you, and I told the CDC-led government before, and I'm saying this to the Joseph Boakai-led government. No reputable organization, corporate company will come to Liberia to work with y'all when majority of the faces in your leadership are criminals. They're into black deal, undercutting fast money. Corporate organizations, especially international businesses, they're not stupid. They got every department that you can think about. Research and development, cultural competence, okay? To understand and extensively study your political environment. That's how we call it. They study your economic environment. They understand your culture environment because they must know how you do business. I know, for instance, when you go to Japan to do business, in America, you can create folder for all the people that are going to be in your meeting. In Japan, you don't. When you create those folder, the folder goes to the head of that organization. He or she decides who gets a folder. You don't get to distribute it. See how they different contexts? Got high context and low context society. And protocols are different. For instance, if you go to Italy, they believe in relationship. Japan believes in hierarchy and balance. Italians do not believe in change, but they believe in relationship. You may get in, somebody say, listen, let's go out. 2 hours for lunch. And if you're in America, everything is time, you're running, like this person is not ready. So people are going to come to your country, to our country, but they're not going to be the right kind of people. Yes, you're going to get drug dealers. Yes, you're going to get people who want to steal and take everything from you. You got Mr. Marco Rubio. Parents are from Cuba. They were once in government. Majority of the Cubans that left, they were people from high society. They ran sugar plantation. So was Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro's parents were rich. He graduated from college as a lawyer at 21 years old. And he became a radical, went against the country. The way people were being treated, he didn't like it. And when they were looking for him, his parents found a means and he left the country, went in exile, but they're going to school. He returned. This very country helped him to return. What they wanted him to do, he didn't do it. That man got attempted coup so many times. I don't know how many times on his life. I studied that, taught that a couple of years ago when I was teaching 6th grade. Most of the places in Africa that have epidemic or pandemic or that struggle for independence, Castro always showed up. South Africa. Liberia, when Liberia had the Ebola, while the Western world were going through protocols, they sent the most doctors. Rubio is from Cuba. His parents came from Cuba and they're born here in exile. Today, Cubans are dying. No electricity. China, they unplugged everyone in the hospital. Old people die by the dozen. China had to come in, spend almost $8 billion to electrify the place. Now Rubio is telling you, taking these people, but they're telling you, America first. They want your DNA. You know what do we do with it? Why are we sleeping? Is this the rescue? Have we not learned? But I'm going to end with it. I listen to Liberians yelling, this is not our culture. Although Alexander Cummings, I live on the ground with them for over a decade. You see him with his wife, the people that work with him, as he was in Georgia, in our community. You rely on him. Your NSA director, Gang Rip, is 16 years old. And I don't hear outrage. I don't hear anybody post about it. Gang Rip is 16 years old. Imagine. Imagine. I don't hear your UP guy levy on the sidewalk for dead. I see Liberian women protesting because the Burma not part of the North Star, the East Star, the Western Star, the Blue Star, or parents not in government. Y'all listened to Brother Edward yesterday, how our young boys are dying in the hospital with rectal cancer because majority of your men who are pushing the finger at somebody's husband and father, most of them are bisexual. I ain't got nothing against them. If they are adults and they want to bang each other over, that's fine. When you are grooming babies, little boys, teenagers who are confused about their own life, what is happening to their body, what their mind is saying them, and you're not outraged, but you talk about your culture. Little girls and boys, you double sin. You're crossing the street to Susanna. One of the UP led government I have reported across the street to Susanna. A minister raped a little girl. Gregory Coleman lied. Let me say congratulations to Tiamoa Gonko. Thank you so much. We're asking that Gregory Coleman resigned. Hey, Emric. So at this point, when you lie, like, the world is so connected. The only thing we don't eat where you're eating, but we see where you're eating. So when the UP-led government say we are opening our door for humanitarian purposes, there's no quid pro quo. That's a lie. How you were just here begging for your people to stay, you don't have jobs, but you're taking people. Really welcome. So folks, I have a lot of work to do. And quite frankly, if you look at my face tonight, I'm very tired. There's a lot going on in the United States. Liberia is even more confusing. And I don't know what to make of it. But I know this fact. No reputable business will come to Liberia to do business with y'all. So you can continue to sell the drugs. You can continue to beg America and act like animals and act like low lives. And I would ask the question again where you're calling and cursing. What is Liberian, Bwaka, and Kum foreign policy? When I get it from here, I'm going to post it again. So you'll continue to call and curse. You're good night. I'm very tired. I'm going to go finish some schoolwork. And I have to do some recording and post tonight. I will talk to all of you later. You're good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless. Liberia is a sad story. It failed. The crack in every side of the space failed with lazy
deportees from the United States.
Leaders.
It has agreed to accept up to 1,200 deportees from the United States. None of those people are actually from Liberia. They are from other African countries, from the Americas, from the Caribbean, and they are being deported to Liberia, where it is believed that they have said that these people will have the opportunity to apply for asylum within Liberia or indeed move on to other countries. Liberia have also made clear that this is not a quid pro quo situation with the United States. Donald Trump, as we know, has been dumping many third-party deportees on the African continent, and Liberia is now the latest list of countries on the African continent.
It simply tells you there are no leaders in Africa with boss. There are no leaders because they don't want to think. They're lazy. When I hear African leaders say the people are lazy, you're lazy. They're lazy. They're empty. They're short-sighted. They're greedy. They want to live beyond their means, above their means. They want all the latest thing, but they don't know how to create. They don't know what it's like to roll up their sleeves. They don't. And when I hear people say you compare America with Liberia is not even Georgia, 10 million people, 80 billion, less than 4% unemployment. Decentralized. You got city government. We got county government. We got state government. We elect down to our board member for education. They are not appointed. We elect our governor. We elect our superintendents of school. We elect our police chief. We elect majority of our judges. We elect our chief of police. We don't appoint them. They're answerable to us. Not to president, not to you, to us. To us. You're gonna, man. Just sad country.